Hey everybody, good afternoon, good afternoon. Andy here with South Florida. We're here with Mario Quintero, Mr. Clear to Close. And as we do every Thursday at the 4 o'clock hour, we have the one-stop shop, the happy hour, Mario.
Mm-hmm.
The happy hour every
It's
Thursday.
a happy time.
It's a happy time, especially if you're in the market to buy a property.
Or you're buying a property.
You're buying a property in the market to buy a property. If you're looking at real estate, it is a happy time for you because you're going to get to hear from Mario. Folks, today's we're going to be talking about the clear to close process and what it means to be clear to close.
Mm-hmm.
Mario, how important is that notification that you are clear to close?
So you cannot close on a mortgage and you cannot close on a purchase of a home if you don't get the clear to close.
It ain't going to happen.
It's not going to happen until you get that official word from the funding and lending department that you are now clear to close. Until that happens, you're not going anywhere. So you could have already had a contract in place for several months. You could have done your inspections. You could have done your appraisal. The loan could be in underwriting, but until you get that email that says clear to close, you're not closing.
So let's expand a little bit on that. Can you describe some of those steps of getting to that level?
Yeah, so what we do is when we first start working with a customer, we actually give them a copy of our 88 turbulences, because I'd say about 1/3 of the turbulences can actually be avoided by the borrowers if they read the information that's there.
Okay.
People sometimes tend to forget credit issues. They tend to forget things that have happened in the past or how long ago that they happened. So we want to review with them all of those issues that may possibly have occurred either recently or in the past that could jeopardize getting that clear to close at the end. They may forget a conversation that they had with the IRS 6 months ago.
Right.
We need to know about that now. They may owe the IRS money. We need to know about that now. They may have had a short sale. How long did it happen? So from the borrower standpoint, the bulk of the turbulences that we usually face come from the borrower side.
The borrower side.
The
okay.
other turbulences come from other issues like the inspection, the appraisal, the contract, the seller, the title, the attorneys involved, the underwriter, processing. But the bulk, the largest amount of turbulences usually come from the borrower himself.
I want to welcome Dinah to the broadcast, Christy, Fernando, Michael is on there. Folks, if you heard about the 88 turbulences, if you're watching us live now and you just heard Mario speak about the 88 turbulences, you don't want to miss that video. You might want to check out marioshomenews.com. marioshomenews.com. That's Mario's website, and we have all the live stream sessions and all the videos. And the 88 turbulences are, wow, you need to pay attention to those.
So just to continue on with the response of how do we get to that clear to close, once we have overcome any potential turbulences from the borrower, we can start the loan process.
Okay.
Whether it's a refinance or whether it's a purchase, we get the ball rolling and we do the application package, we gather all the information, we start the processing of the loan, have the appraisal ordered, begin the underwriting process, get title ordered, get all those things come together. And then once the underwriter says it's clear to close, then we move forward to closing.
Got a comment here. Hello guys, knowledge is always a good thing. Absolutely.
Very important.
Knowledge is power. And if you have any questions, if somebody contacts you, is there a fee for that?
No
Just
fee.
for information?
No.
So you give information out freely.
I talk to a lot of people all the time.
There you go. marioshomenews.com. Check it out, folks. A lot of information in there. Mario, the next question, at what point can a turbulence become a factor?
It can become at any point.
Any point, it doesn't matter.
At any point. Once that loan goes to the lender, and it begins the underwriting process. And we go through appraisal, we go through inspections, we go through all the steps. Any time during those steps, it could become a problem. I have a listing right now that was supposed to close this past Monday, but we reached some turbulence because the lender was not ready to close. They had to clear additional conditions. I'm not the lender on that transaction. I'm just a listing realtor who is selling the house for my client. So yesterday we had an emergency addendum, and we had to extend the closing date to next Friday. That was turbulence that happened on behalf of the lender, not
right.
being able to clear certain conditions on time, and the underwriter requesting from the buyers additional information. So when that happens and I'm on the realtor listing side, I get a chance to ask very specific questions to the lender and the processor, because I know from my own personal experience in doing mortgages as to how realistic is it, are we going to get that clear to close next week? And after talking with them, it looks like we should get that clear to close no later than next Wednesday.
Nice. Want to welcome Michael Miller, Carolyn Lynch. Folks, if you heard Mario talk about the site that he's on, and you heard us talking about the one-stop shop, for anybody that's new watching, Mario, why is it they call you the one-stop shop?
They call us the one-stop shop because we handle all aspects of the transaction.
You do both.
We handle the realtor side, we handle the financing side, and then we have a title partner that handles the title work. So as a team, we work very closely together, and it minimizes
The risks.
lack of communication between parties, people not returning phone calls, which
Right.
was very stressful a couple of days ago, because my buyer's attorney, my seller's attorney, myself were trying to get information from the lender and the title company. They weren't answering the phone, they weren't responding to email. So when you operate as a one-stop shop like we do, answers are gathered rather quickly, and we're able to keep everyone informed on a very regular basis. So there's no anxiety, very little stress.
And there's not that many shops out there, folks, that can handle both sides of that transaction, and that's why we do the show, the one-stop shop, because Mario is able to help on both sides of the equation. And I can tell you from experience and talking to him and shows we've done, they close like this. I mean, it just speeds on there. Welcome, Louis, to the broadcast.
Well, we just had a closing on Monday that the videos were posted at our closing celebration,
Yep.
which we'll talk about a little bit later. But that entire process from application to closing on Monday took less than 30 days.
I saw the video.
Yeah.
Clients are very happy.
They were very happy. Yeah.
Mario, what is the most critical piece of the process loan and for the process for loan and the real estate?
The number one most critical piece is communicating with the clients and keeping them posted on a regular basis on all aspects of where we are in the process, in order for them to feel comfortable
Okay.
and avoid stress and anxiety. Okay, buying a home or conducting a mortgage financing, for us, we do it on a regular basis. We're like immune to any stress that can occur. However, we're always thinking about our clients because they don't do this all the time. So they need to know on a regular basis, and usually we try to communicate either via phone, email, or text at least 3 times every 7 days, just to keep them informed. And sometimes the best times to give them a call is on Friday before the weekend starts, so that they don't stress out over the weekend and they can actually relax a little bit
And enjoy the weekend.
Right.
Right.
And if anything happens over the weekend, we call them again on Monday, and then we call them on Wednesday. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday is a good time for us to keep them informed. And if they have any questions during the weekend that pop up, we're available to answer them.
That sounds like a formula for success.
Well, that's what we try to do.
Folks, if you're just tuning in, my name is Andy within South Florida. We're here live with Mario Quintero from the One Stop Shop. We're talking about closing on your real estate transactions. And we do the show every Thursday at the 4 o'clock hour. If this is first time watching, we welcome you. Please share this with your friends and with your network on social media. If you're watching us on the replay, be sure to check out marioshomenews.com. We have this video and many other videos that are there posted, and you can learn everything you need to know about the real estate process and the mortgage process. Mario, why is it important for you to attend the closing of a transaction?
So I've been attending all my closings since I started doing this type of work. And the reason it's important is because it's basically two or threefold. One is you started the process from the very beginning, and sometimes from conversations before the process even started. How more supportive can you give to your clients by sitting there at the closing tables with them, right, to show them that if any questions arise, you are there to answer their questions, okay? So from a support perspective, and be able to clarify any questions that they may have at the last minute, they're gonna hear it from me. Right. They're not gonna hear it from a third party, right, or somebody that they just met at the closing table. So that's number one. Number two, one of the things that I've learned over the years is that when you get to that closing table and everything's ready to be finalized, at that point, as a mortgage consultant and as a realtor consultant, I feel I've earned the right to ask for a future referral.
Nice.
And that's when I ask for referrals. And you know, it's very simple. It's like, are you happy right now with what has occurred? We're ecstatic. That's usually the response. Okay, so who's the next person you know that may want to feel like you feel today? So it gives me as a professional the opportunity and the right to ask for a referral. I've just done an excellent job, so I have the right to ask for that referral.
Very smart, and it shows experience in the industry. And you do run a referral business.
I run a by referral only business where about 95% of everything that we do is referral based. A lot of people don't understand that, and they ask me, well, how do you do that? Well, it's taken a lot of years to build that type of business, but you have to be consistent in maintaining contact with your clients before, during, and after the transaction.
That's what it takes. Want to welcome Jeanette, want to welcome Robert Suarez. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the broadcast. We are live here with Mario Quintero at the One Stop Shop. Welcome, Caesar. Welcome to the broadcast. Folks, if you're just watching us, first time watching us, my name is Andy within South Florida. We're here with Mario Quintero from the One Stop Shop, and every Thursday at the 4 o'clock hour, we come to you and we do a weekly show, weekly broadcast on all topics regarding real estate and mortgage transactions. And if you first time watching us, you want to see exactly what we talk about, check out marioshomenews.com. Check out their website. We have an arsenal of videos there, and a lot of information that you will learn. And then if you're thinking of purchasing, buying a home, selling a home, or anything in the real estate world, you're going to realize that Mario Quintero is the one you need to call. Welcome, Mauricio. Mario, I've seen the videos, I've seen the excitement, I've seen the testimonials. How has your closing celebration evolved over the years?
So that's the third point of why I attend my closings.
You got to celebrate.
We got to celebrate. You know, we have to celebrate a very happy time for the individual or that couple or the couple and their children. It has to be a special occasion. The signing of documents at that point is just part of the process.
Right.
But we want to make our clients feel very special that they've achieved a milestone in their life.
It is. It's a very special day.
So when we started doing the celebrations back in the day, I want to say about 15, 16 years ago, we used to actually have speakers in the closing room that played the song Celebration. And when they would walk in, we would be playing the music Celebration.
Very cool.
And it would get people in a happy mood. At that time, we would also ask our clients what their favorite cake or pie was. And they would tell us, and then we actually had a special cake maker and pie maker that if they threw something at us that was not the norm, that we could have it made.
Very cool.
We also toasted with Martinelli's cider. And the reason we did that, because it's a non-alcoholic beverage. We had the flutes for champagne, and we would toast everyone. And it was non-alcoholic because we didn't want anybody to get into a problem driving from the closing home if they had a little too much to drink. So that evolved later on in years to, doing a little bit of that, and then, maybe just buying a housewarming present based on what they felt that they needed. And then it evolved later on to a little bit of that and maybe a gift card, especially if they were buying a home that required renovations and things. We would give them a gift card for Home Depot or Bed Bath & Beyond, something like that. And then eventually it evolved to leaving the closing, okay? One of the things that I do is I write a personal card. It's like a letter that I read to them at the closing. And it summarizes all the things that they had wished for in buying that house or doing that financing. And we recap in that letter. It's kind of called a letter from the heart, because I write it the morning of the closing, especially to that family. And I remind them of what it was that they wanted at the beginning of the process and how we achieved it at the end. And then the way that our closing celebrations have evolved is, depending on whether they want to or not, we will invite them to dinner that same night of the closing, whether it's their immediate, family, kids, and parents. Some people may not have the time. I've had closings that have been done out of town, and the person was staying out of town, so I couldn't catch up with them in the next couple of days. So it really depends on their schedule and their ability to want to break bread immediately that evening after the closing, which we just did on Monday, where I drove up to Pembroke Pines to meet our clients who closed on their new condo. And we have that video. It's been floating around social media this week, but they were very happy, grateful, and we had a very nice dinner together. So dinners are becoming a bigger part of my closing celebration, with either a bottle of champagne or wine. But the letter from the heart that I read to my clients really says about the caring that we put into the transaction.
And it's all about that personal touch. It's all about the details, the little details that add up to that, like you said, that one celebration that for some people it's only, it could be once or twice in their lifetime.
And if they feel very special about it, then they're going to be in a position to want their family, friends, and coworkers to feel the same way. And that's how my referral business has happened over the years.
The mind of Quintero, folks.
So the last thing we have evolved to is social media and filming at either the closing or filming at the dinner. Doing a little video, a testimonial, taking some pictures, and publishing on social media. Now I got to tell you, we have clients that are public figures that do not want to be recognized that way.
Absolutely.
We have people that they just don't want anybody to know their personal business because of their situation in the community, or whatever business and entertainment business that they're in. They don't want the publicity in that respect. Okay, and we respect them. That's why not all our closings we have pictures or video of all our transactions. Like we just closed 4 transactions this past week, and only 1 out of the 4 was willing to be filmed. Doesn't mean we didn't have celebrations for the other 3, but only 1 was up to being videoed and taken a picture of.
So social media, in a sense, is an extension of that referral, of that word of mouth, that person that just purchased a property or that closed on a property, that person could probably tell 5, 10, or 15 of their friends. But when you do a video and we start to share that shared on social media and you post it on your site, now that just amplifies that.
Well, a perfect example of that was Monday night, where the husband I've known since I was 10 years old. We just reconnected in the last year. So we hadn't seen or heard from each other in over 50 years.
Right.
Okay? His wife happened to see one of our clients' videos, who she knew from back in New Jersey.
Wow.
And when she saw the video and she heard what that client had to say about our service, she told the husband, "Do you know this guy?" And he goes, "Yeah, I've known him since I was 10 years old." She goes, "Well, that's the guy that I want to use," just because of what that client just said about him.
And that just goes to show the power of social media, but not just social media, social testimonials, really, because that deal came to you because of a client that spoke in high regards
At a closing.
So it is important, folks, and I just want to mention, a year ago you weren't doing videos.
No, we started back in September of last year, and we've come a long way. Using different methods. We do the show. You've been a big part of us doing the video. Before I met you and started doing business with you, people would tell me, do video. Well, how do you do video? And you were very instrumental in educating me on how I could do it, how easy it was to do it, the equipment that I needed to buy, just a simple tripod and a microphone, and how to get it on social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and just getting the message out there to groups and our pages. And the one thing I have found, and sometimes it's difficult, but to be consistent.
The consistency, yeah.
Be consistent
in
posting, and be consistent in having different content out there. And that's one of the things you and I have talked about, that, being in the business a long time, we have a lot of content that we can share.
Right. So Mario, when you get contacted by one of these Hollywood studios and you start in your own role, your own show, or whatever, just remember the small guys, okay? Remember the small guys.
I don't think that's happening anytime soon.
Welcome, Bobby. Welcome, Laura. A lot of people have come into the broadcast, folks. If I missed your name, my apologies. If you're just joining us for the first time, my name is Andy within South Florida. Mario Quintero from the One Stop Shop. We do these live sessions every Thursday at the 4 o'clock hour, and it is very interesting. Very interesting. If you're in the market to buy, to sell, please check out marioshomenews.com. Check out the content, check out the video that is there, the videos that are there, many videos are there. And if you have any questions about a transaction or purchasing, if you're renting, get out of there, get in contact with Mario. Mario is a wealth of information and knowledge. Mario, we have one more topic here. Any news this week that can impact the mortgage or the real estate process?
Well, the last week, a positive communications from the Fed, which impacted lowering the rates further.
Nice.
So the rates are back to around 4% or slightly under 4%.
Sweet.
So if you've been sitting on the fence, do not wait any longer. The rates are going to be pretty stable, but anything can happen at any given time. But the Fed did communicate that they were not going to be raising, and they were going to continue to do some things around the treasury bills and things like that. So that should help the rates stabilize and stay low for a while. The other thing is that 2 weeks ago at the Reverse Mortgage Lenders Association meeting in New York City, the HUD Secretary Montgomery talked about how he was looking to possibly lift the requirement on condominium associations being completely approved as an entire association. And he talked about reinstating the individual approval of individual condo units, which is what we used to call a condo affidavit, which has about 12 to 14 questions. The association completes it and certifies it, and if the responses to those questions are acceptable to the underwriter, then we could do FHA loans in condominiums, which would be FHA for purchase, FHA K deals for renovations. We could do reverse mortgages. So that is a positive news that we're hopeful will happen hopefully in the next couple of months.
So if there's anybody out there on the fence and they just saw your video and they're like, you know what, let me give Mario a call. What's the best number?
Best number first here is the office, 305-598-1600. That's the office number. If I'm not here or I'm in a meeting, the girls will text me with the person's name and number, so that as soon as I finish the meeting, that I could make that return call. If I'm driving for any reason, they'll text me with the call if I'm out of the office, and I'll be able to return that call right from my cell phone as soon as I have a chance.
Service, all about the service, accessibility, being able to communicate properly, folks. Bobby, welcome to the broadcast. Michael, welcome, folks. If you're just tuning in at the end, we encourage you to watch this video from the beginning after it's posted on our different social media channels. And then you can check out marioshomenews.com. The video will be posted there as well. A wealth of information. And if you're looking to buy, you're looking to purchase a property, you're looking to sell a property, if you're still renting in this day and age, stop. Don't do it anymore. Get in contact with Mario. He doesn't charge for a phone call consultation. That's a great service, by the way. I mean,
we basically don't charge for our services, period, because even if they decide to use us, when we find a home for someone that's looking to buy, the seller usually pays us our commission and the lender pays us our commission. So they really are not paying us anything to represent them and do work for them. The only time we charge is when we take a listing and we're going to sell the house for that client. So then the seller is going to pay us our commission at closing.
Absolutely, absolutely. The one-stop shop, folks, comes to you every Thursday, every week on Thursdays at the 4 o'clock hour. If this is your first time watching, welcome. Andy here within South Florida, Mario Quintero. We invite you to check out marioshomenews.com and see all the information and content that is there.
I forgot you'd asked me about the phone numbers. There is a phone number for after hours and the weekends.
Is there?
And that's my cell, 305-588-0451.
So they can call you at all hours of the night? No.
Well, realistically, I mean, I tried to get to sleep early and I get up early, but you call, I return the call.
I don't know how he sleeps though, because he's on all day. If he's not closing a deal, he's showing a property. I mean, I don't know how he does it. Well, I know how he does it because I have the inside scoop. He has one hell of a team here.
Yeah, that's true.
He has, it takes a village, right? So he has a village.
We have a great team of processors.
Absolutely.
The real estate transaction coordinator, Jackie, in-house, Laura, Claudia, and then we have the team at the title company. It's unbelievable.
Absolutely, absolutely. One last thing, folks. If you're watching this live, we belong to the Greater Kendall Business Association. And next week on Tuesday, we have our monthly after-hours networker. You can get more information on that at greaterkendall.com. greaterkendall.com. It's going to be on Tuesday the 11th at 6 p.m. And if you're a local business owner, you want to get connected with us. You want to show up at that networking event. You want to meet me. You want to meet Mario. Mario's on our board of the directors. You want to meet Louis. Louis is watching. And the other 14 members of our board and all of our trustees, all of our members, because that is how we do business. We are the friendliest place to do business. And we look forward. We look forward to seeing you in the next Tuesday. You can take a picture with Mario. He'll have it autographed for you. Mr. Clear to Close, the one-stop shop. And we're going to tell them about next week, or we're going to keep that in suspense?
I have no idea what we're going to talk about.
We love it. We're going to keep that in suspense. Folks, share this video, share this broadcast, because you never know the person that you share it with. You may be able to help them to provide a beautiful facility, a beautiful home for their family, and you really never know the life that you're going to touch.
Yep. So thanks for tuning in, and hopefully we'll have our big screen TV back up and running next week.
That's right.
With some nice backgrounds and things like that.
The studio is being built. Thank you, folks. Have a fantastic week.
Have a great week.